Hello guys, si Keshan Velasco ulit ito at welcome sa episode 54 ng larutan ng Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. So okay, tuloy natin yung game natin. Konti na lang, patapos na tayo dito sa the sinking ship. Yung special na Shadowrun para kay Gobat. Yung kailangan dispatcher niya si Malvina. Hanghang Bay, Captain Jomo's converted speedboat chops through the rough water like a cleaver through chicken bones, launching you skyward with every wave that it hits. Your destination, the sinking ship, Govet's former home. The orc pirate laughs and opens the throttle. Wind and rain lash your face as the never mind, di ko na babasahin. Yun na lang, yung mission na yun. Mamaya, mabusan naman ng oras na sa pagbabasa eh. Okay. Tuloy natin. Ando na tayo sa pinakababa nung pinaka-bottom layer nitong sunken ship. So atakihin na lang natin si Si Malvina. Nandito siya eh. Pero mamaya dito muna. Muna tayo, baka may items dito. Meron yan. Hindi natin gagalawin yan. Shamanic salve. Healing item ulit. Manage. Wala ang healing spell si pasaway ah. Lagay na lang natin sa lagay na lang natin dito sa stash. Andito yung room na target natin eh, pero meron pa sa taas eh. Meron na naman yung mga charge. Huwag natin pakialaman yan. An alternating switch box hangs off the wall. The plastic exterior of the case is broken in numerous places, and a jumble of wires spill out of the cracks. This must be the shipboard alert system, or what's left of it. Your eyes are drawn to a large lever marked alarm. Pull the lever once to signal that you're scuttling the raft. Pull the lever twice dapat. Okay, one karma. The alarm system blares, once then twice. The sound is ear-splitting. Moments later, the distant sound of gunshots filters down from above. Okay, so tatapusin na natin. Andito yung target natin eh, pero pasok muna tayo dito sa isang room dito. May isa pang room eh. Or connected ba to dun? Check natin. Oh, connected nga. Connected nga. Ayun din eh. May daan din dito eh, pero dito na tayo mag-entrance. Okay, go. This door is heavy. It could easily be barred to prevent outside intrusion, but instead it stands ajar. It's almost as if it's inviting you in. That's Malvina's old cabin, the seat of power for the sinking ship. That's where the Rat King is gonna be. Once we go in there, we're going to be in this. There's no changing our minds after we picked a fight with that thing. What'd you say, Tank? Are we doing this or not? Dali. Sasave ko lang. Dali lang. Sasave ko lang. Kalimutan kong gumawa ng save point eh. Teka. Save muna natin. Mamaya, ulitin na naman natin pag nagkataon eh. Iba na yung sigurado. Okay. Teka lang mawala yung confirmation. Okay, yun yung dialogue. Okay. Enter the Rat King's throne room. Okay. The thing that looms over you is horrifying. A twisted amalgamation of woman and swarm, knotted and tied together into a single whole. Ano ba yan? Gabbett, the creature's voice is unnerving. 1,000 rumbling voices, all interwoven and laid over the top of Malvina's crisp, cultured speech. You have returned to us, little mouse. You, the instigator of our own ascendancy. The Rat King shifts its gaze to a nearby altar. A gleaming red stone has been ensconced within. The keystone, the source of our unity, the font of power that makes us strong. Your gift to us, little mouse. You gave us what we needed to bring this raft to order. Gobbett's nose crinkles in revulsion. On her shoulders, madness and folly chitter and shriek. Save me the speech, Malvina, or whatever you are. I'm not here to talk. The new body isn't doing you any favors, by the way. You look like a furry tree stump. The creature leans forward into the light. A fine-featured face with high cheekbones and piercing eyes stares down at you. The carpet of living vermin that buried the rest of Malvina's head and neck struggle and shriek. Our new body is beautiful itself. Unity of biology and unity of purpose. What you are is a monster and a foul one at that. Malvina, what happened to you? Say natin na lang. Huwag tayo makialam sa discussion nila magkaibigan. What you are is an idiot. You saw what Sui let loose with the shiny object, and you decided to keep using it anyway. If that isn't stupid, I don't know what is. The thing's voice grows to a roar, and you hear other sounds folded into it. The cacophonous gibbering babble of things gone mad. We are order, out of chaos, the death of entropy, a glorious unity. Talaga lang, ha? Oh, fuck this. She pulls back the slide on her weapon. We're here to kill this thing, not let it talk to us, not let it talk us to death. Attack the rat. Damn right. Okay. You hear the scrape of claws on metal. Something is heading this way. Ay, mga rats. Nagtawag siya ng sarili niyang kakampi. Nasaan siya? Ito. Tadya ko, hindi ko siya tatamaan eh. Pero, try na rin natin. Teka. Ay, ikaw muna, Okay, mark target ka na ngayon. Okay. Sana wag pumalya to. Nice. Okay, isa pa. Okay. Ayan ako naman. Mas malakas to eh. Hindi abot. Sige, ito na lang muna. Nasa iba ba yung ability mo na ano? Pwede pa ako tumira ngayon yan. May armor ka ba sa lagay na yan? Tingnan natin kung tatalab sa'yo to. At least tumalab, pero no, wala rin value masyado eh. Pain. We will show you pain. Pasaway. Ouch! Ano ba yan? Ang laking daga naman yan. The Rat King recoils, but only for a moment. A strange energy washes over it. Ayan, naguma siya ng shield. Okay. So, hindi ko na muna siya matatablan yan dahil dyan sa shield. So, sige, fine. Gibahin ko muna to isang to. Mintis pa sayang. Wag na muna. Baka tamaan mo rin ako eh. Ay, kunin mo na yung, tanggalin mo yung power niya. The Rat King shrieks as Grabe lifts the shiny object in her hands. In its voice, you can hear the echoes of 1,000 inhuman beings. This is interesting. She hugs the shiny object to her chest, her bare hands caressing the stone. I can feel Malvina's control over the rats. It's like 1,000 strings connecting her to them. And it feels like one of the Rat King's survivors shudders in pain. Slowly, seemingly against its own will, it lifts its head to stare at you. I can tug all those strings. Malvina's cultured voice is overtaken by the inhuman roars of the other things that share her body. We will rend you all to pieces, tear your flesh to shreds. Talaga lang ha. Grabe dances back, cradling the shiny object like a newborn baby. She begins to laugh. Buy me a little time, Seattle. I am still getting used to this thing, but if you give me a minute or two, those demon rats will be mine. I can do that. Sige. Isa-isa taka. Okay. Okay, nice. Total, may charge na yung weapon mo. To, targetin mo tong dalawan to. Nice. Okay lang. Sana lang pala eh. Sige, atras. Sige. Hey Malvina, I've got something of yours. Okay, so nice. Una, tanggal natin yung armor mo. Pasakay ka. Hindi ko na pwede gamitin yan, baka tamaan na ako. Okay. Natutulog naman eh, hindi makakaiwas yan. Kunti na lang. Hindi naman pala mahirap tong mission na ito kung tutuusin. Stop the Rat King. Okay, at least nagawa natin lahat ng mga objectives. The Rat King's body shudders and convulses as you watch the living carpet of devil rats that forms the majority of its bulk begins to whine. Malvina opens her mouth to speak, but you'll never know what she was going to say. The only sound that escapes from her throat is a long, ragged scream. With a dawning horror, you come to realize what you're looking at. The devil rats that surround Malvina are turning inward. Inward? Ano? Mapasok sa katawan niya? She's being, ano ba yan? She's being eaten alive. Ano ba yan? Kawawa naman. Grabe stares, dead-eyed at her former friend, as the swarm that is bound to her rips her body apart. Black blood pours in rivers to the aluminum-lined floor. Come on, Gabat, let's get the hell out of here. That's what you get, monster. Ito na lang. You go if you want to. I'm watching this. I owe Malvina that much. The ghastly feast unfolding before you continues long after Malvina's screams have died away. Finally satisfied, Grabe nods to you. This raptor is ours. It's over. Her payday buzzes. She glances down at it, then turns the screen so that you can see. Cadmus's grim visage fills the screen. I don't know what you just did, but whatever it was, it worked. Those rat things turned on Malvina's loyalists. He wheezes into his mask, gulping in purified air. And when they got done eating him, they started eating each other. Yun na inutos ni Gobet eh. Gobet stares down at the shiny object that she holds clutched in her hands. Yeah, I know. I told them to. Right after I did the same to the Rat King. Malvina's dead, Cad. You did good, Gabet. You and your friends. We won. Come on topside. A celebration is in order. She shakes her head. No, Cat. No celebrations and no milling around. You can keep this place. I'm done with it. Too many bad memories. And besides, all of that, you've got a hell of a mess on your hands. I'll be damned if I'm gonna help clean it up. You've already helped us clean up, Gabet. We'll always owe you for that. Yeah, well, let's not make a big thing out of it. Goodbye, Cat, and good luck. She flicks the PDA off. The screen goes dark. Captain Jomo is still waiting for us outside. Ready to go home? Beyond ready. She passes the shiny object from one hand to the other, scowling. And this stupid thing is taking a one-way trip to the bottom of the bay. Good call. Sure you don't want to sell it? You could probably get good money for that thing. Wag. You could hang on to it yourself if you wanted. You know how powerful that thing is. Pareho lang. Ito na lang. I-dispatcha na natin yan. Mas malaking problema pa yan kesa ano eh. Come on, Seattle. Let's go home. Nice. Tapos din tong mission na to. Yun na lang kay Isabel. Check natin time natin, guys. Yung mahaba-haba pa. May 20 plus minutes pa tayo. Captain Jomo's speedboat carries you away from the sinking ship. Now liberated from the tyranny of the Rat King, once and for all. The shiny object rests with Malvina's bones at the bottom of Hang Hom Bay. Gabat stares back at the raft as it recedes into the distance. Her expression is at once happy and sad. Isabel takes her hand and together they turn away. Hair grows closer. You're going home. Nice. Kahit pa paano, medyo, hindi ko masabing happy ending yan ah. Pero at least malaya na yung mga friends niya. Okay. Check natin yung pagbalik natin sa town. Check natin yung check natin yung Shadowlands BBS. Kung hindi pa rin lumabas yung susunod yung inihintay kong dahil topic, baka nakuha na natin, hindi ko lang alam. Ilang karma points? 8? Sana lang. Okay. Meron akong 10 points. So sige, teka. Saan natin? Teka. Save ko muna bago ko i-allocate. Teka lang. Okay. Pag-save natin kung saan natin lalagay ito. Yung strength ko okay na sa akin yan. Either hindi pwede sa touch. Intelligence na lang para magiging 6 yung isa, tapos tama, yun na lang. Intelligence muna, tapos saka ko na lang habulin yung quickness. Okay na yun. Strength. Okay na sa akin yung level 6. Intelligence naman. Okay. So may pa tayong 4 points. Habulin ko na muna itong ma-level 6 ko man lang yung decking skill natin. So maghintay pa tayo ng 2 points. Meron pa naman tayong mga susunod na gagawing jobs eh. Wala na, nakuha na natin lahat ng mga special finals. Balik tayo sa base. Kumustahin ko lang si Gobet tukol doon sa run na yun. Kasi may reward dapat dun eh. May reward dapat para sa kanya eh. So kumustahin natin siya. Yung kay Isabel gagawin pa lang natin susunod eh. Okay. Stepping into Gobet's cabin, you find her crouching on the floor. She appears to be midway through a valiant struggle against an enormous pastry. Her cheeks bulge out like a chipmunk's, and wispy threads of pork floss hang from her crumb-speckled lips. She glances up at you, her eyes wide with alarm. Her jaws works to manage the enormous quantity of crispy dough in her mouth, but she doesn't seem to be making much headway. Just concentrate on eating, Gobet. We can talk when you're done. Bitten off more than you can chew, huh? You know, between the two of you, my money is on the pastry. Ito na lang. She struggles to move her jaw, but her mouth is stuffed too full for her to make much headway. She gestures feebly towards a pitcher of water on the ground near your feet. Hand her the pitcher. What will you give me for it? You got yourself into this. I wanna see you get out of it. Think of it like a spectator sport. Wag naman. She tilts back the pitcher and sucks down on its contents. As the water pours into her mouth, she's slowly able to work through the food stored in her cheeks. Finally, she lowers the water pitcher, coughing. Okay, yeah. Note to self, the pastry terrace on Prince Edward Road makes some dry. She takes another swig from the pitcher, grimacing. Moist green apple and jelly trotter. Moist green apple and jelly trotter, my ass. That thing was like a dessert made of pig. Ano ba yan? Maybe you shouldn't have tried to cram the entire thing into your mouth at once. That sounds kind of foul, Gobet. I did it. Ato na lang, sige. Hey, if you want it, it's all yours. Drink lots of water, though. She tosses the remaining pastry to you. As it sails through the air, the pork floss that clings to its outer layer flutters suggestively. Catch it. You snatch the flying pork brick out of the air. It's surprisingly dense, with a heft roughly equivalent to that of a softball. I've changed my mind. You can keep it. Okay, kain natin. Ano sinabi natin sa kanya eh, kakainin natin eh. Sige. You raise the pastry to your lips and take a bite. Seconds later, you can feel all of the moisture in your mouth evaporate. Gobet wasn't lying. The thing is dry. The flavor is surprisingly palatable though. Tuyot na pastry, ano yun? Parang aroro. Parang puto seko. He blinks at you in astonishment. Huh? I can't believe you ate that. I'm impressed. If I ever get another of those again, I'm gonna let it sit in a bowl of condensed milk for at least a half hour before I try putting it in my mouth. That might help. I don't know. Reconstitute it, I guess. I don't know. It might work. Anyhow, anyway, you probably want to talk about what happened on the raft, huh? I think that in your place, I would. Let's talk about what happened on the sinking ship. Any thoughts about that last run? Hindi naman considered na run yun eh. Yeah, she sighs. We can do that. First off, I should thank you. You and Is came to help me, even though I didn't ask you to, or want you to. Actually, maybe I should be upset about that. But the important thing is that you did help me. I'm not gonna say that I couldn't have handled it without you, but it would have been really, really dicey. You can say that again. The situation on that raft was pretty bad. I don't think that you could have done much, Gabet. Not after seeing what Malvina had turned. After seeing what Malvina had turned the lower level into, you would have been fine. Me and Is, we just made it a little bit easier for you. Dala lang. She manages a half smile. Yeah, sure you did. Thanks. On the bright side, we overthrew Malvina and put the raft back in Cad's hands. That feels pretty great. And the shiny object is at the bottom of Hang Hom Bay, lodged in a bank of silt and crab shit. That's pretty much where it belongs. But I've gotta admit, something is gnawing at me. Before you and Is showed up, I was gonna sink the raft. I'd gotten halfway through arming the charges, and I was gonna send the whole sinking ship down in flames. Everyone on it would have died. Kat and Yasmin, all of them. All because I made up my mind early and didn't want to change it. Kinda makes me think, how many times before now have I done what seemed like the right thing? You know, followed my gut like I taught you, without realizing that there was a better option. This whole introspection thing kinda sucks, I've gotta say. She looks up at you scowling. It's much more comforting to just assume that all of my past decisions were right. Here it is. It's intellectually dishonest, but it's definitely comforting. She bites her lower lip. Yeah, I know, Seattle. You aren't helping me. Yeah, Seattle, you aren't helping my mood any. I'm kind of having a tough time over here. She begins to pace, kicking piles of dirty clothes and blankets out of the way. Thrusting her hands into her pockets, she fishes out madness and folly and tosses them down onto her cot. I don't do this very often. Reflecting is for mirrors, not devastatingly attractive street shamans. I don't know how you hand wingers ano? I don't know how you hand wingers deal with feeling this way. By hand wingers, do you mean people who learn from their mistakes? It's pretty simple. We acknowledge our mistakes and our real near misses, and we own up to them. Watch who you're calling a hand winger. You're the one who's torn up about this, not me. Ato na lang. Okay, I pretty much got that step covered. What's next? What comes after this? After you've suffered and after you've suffered through your embarrassment for a while, you try to learn something from it. Am I teaching you a lesson now, Gabet? Is there some role reversal going on here? Ito na lang. Huh? Your way is boring, Seattle. And it's complicated. And it comes with way too many bad feelings. She scowls. But yeah, I get it. There's probably even some value there. I'm never going to start second guessing everything that I do though. That just isn't me. Maybe you could start second guessing some things when new information presents itself. Good, because that would be dumb. Don't question yourself before circumstances give you a reason to. Ito na lang. Right, that makes sense, I guess. Alright, Seattle. I'll give it a shot. Who knows, maybe there's some value in hand-winging after all. I guess we'll have to see. Anyway, things turned out the way that they did. I don't know what might have happened if we tried to do something different, but there's one thing that I can say for certain. Things are better in Hang Hom Bay than they were before we went to the sinking ship. We did some good out there. That's something. Yeah, it is. I didn't go out there to save Hang Hom Bay. I did it to help you. Ito na lang. Oh, actually, there are two things that I can say for certain. I can say for certain. I think that Rat is happy that the shiny object is gone. She fishes in her pocket for a few seconds, then produces a chunk of stone the size of a marble. It appears to be made of the same red jade that the shiny object was. That the shiny object was. Check it out. She gave me a present. Where did it come from? Do you know what it does? Gabet, are you sure that came from Rat? Ano lang. Of course I am. I had a vision. It had colorful lights, dancing rodents, the works, and when the world came back into focus, this magic marble was in the palm of my hand. She tosses the stone into the air and catches with her other hand. Neat, huh? Wag lang sanang gumawa ng gulo yun kagaya ng shiny object. Now I don't know quite how it works yet, but I'm sure that it does something. I mean, it has to, right? Rat wouldn't just give me a normal rock. She's a trickster and all, but that'd be mean. So mark my words, the next time we're in the field, something magical is going to happen. I mean, literally magical. It'll be a journey of discovery for both of us. I'll be looking forward to that. Eh, Me too, and thank you, Seattle. I really, really mean that. You can fly by my side anytime. So how are you adjusting to the gift that Rat or the shiny object or whatever has given you? Sige, tanongin natin. Tapos, yung Ran, tanong natin. Her expression brightens. It's good. I mean, probably not like morally good, but I think that I can use it. What is it? What does it do? Well, it's kind of like a grenade. When I throw it, it goes boom. Not out here in the real world, but in the astral plane. It's pretty impressive. As for what it actually does, it scares the shit out of anyone who gets caught in the blast. Makes them act like idiots. They run around with their hands in the air, or forget about who's shooting at at them, and stand around with their fingers in their ears. Handy, huh? Interesting yun, ah. Sure, I guess. Yeah, it sounds great. I'm just a little iffy about how you got this and why. Don't be. It came from Rat. I'm pretty sure of that. The dancing rodents in my vision were a pretty good indicator. She lets the stone roll in the palm of her hand, smiling. Exterior. Its polished exterior. Its polished exterior glitters as it moves. So, here's the thing. When I use this thing, what I think I'm doing is opening a bunch of temporary cracks in the astral plane. Just little ones, only wide enough for sounds to pass through. People in the blast radius can hear things on the other side. So let's say that I throw this sucker at someone and it goes off. Boom. All of a sudden that poor slab can hear the things that get into Malvina shrieking in his brains. That doesn't sound like a very good idea. Sounds unpleasant. Yeah, it's a bad time for them. All of those voices at once, yelling and babbling and cursing, doing their rat king thing. It'd drive you nuts, right? That's basically what it does. Drives people mad, makes them work against their own self-interest. It's like temporary insanity in pebble form. If you say so, I'd be wary of using anything that might be connected to the shiny object. As long as you're comfortable using this thing, I'm all for it. How many did Rat give you? That's the best. That's the best part. After I use one of these and go to bed, I find another one in my hand the next morning. Okay, yeah. Ano yan, my precious? I've tried it a couple of times now, and it keeps happening. Toss, explode, nap, visions of dancing rats, and tada, new magic pebble. Okay, yeah. Using this feels right in a way that the shiny object never did. I think that it's Rat's reward for me for taking Malvina down, or something. I don't know exactly. I've never heard of this happening to anyone before. Anyway, it should help us moving forward. And considering what we're headed up against next, I think that we can use all the help that we can get. Alright, Gabet. I've finally gotten back on track. So, uh, eh, got another lesson for me? No, Seattle. No more lessons. You don't need them. You're as much a runner as I am now. There might even be a thing or two that I can learn from you. All of that can wait, though. We've got this whole situation with the walled city and your foster dad and gun show and all that and all that and all that to take care of. It's kind of a mouthful. Lots of players involved. Tons of intrigue. Honestly, I'm enthralled by the whole thing. Can't wait to see how it turns out. Me either, Gobet. Guess we'll just see how this plays out together. I'm glad to see that you're keeping a positive attitude about it. Me, I just want it to be over. Ano lang. She nods sagely. You're damn right, we will. Oh, and Seattle? Yeah? The pot on the hot plate, it's always full. I keep a soup going on that thing 24/7. If you ever want any, you're welcome. Just come on in. I'd love the company. You got it, Gobet. I'll be here with bells on. No offense, but you can keep the soup. I'll take the company though. I'm gonna make you regret that offer. I can eat a lot of soup. Sige, ito na lang. Yeah? Can't wait to see you prove it. She does her best to stifle a yawn. Maybe later though. It's getting late and I could use some shut eye. I swear, you sleep almost as much as she eat. It isn't healthy. You're choosing sleep over soup? Who are you? And what did you do with Gobet? Smiling slyly, she waves you off with the back of her hand. Scurry along now. Your former mentor needs her rest. Okay? At least, ano na siya? Ayos na yun sa kanya. So, baba na tayo sa terminal. Check ko lang yung time natin, guys. 3 minutes na lang pala eh. End ko na. End ko na sa tapat ng mission computer natin. So, end na natin dito. Hindi na natin kailangan kausapin yung ibang ano natin tapos yung mga quest nila eh. Si Isobel na lang may problema. So, end natin dito. Okay. Teka lang mawala yung confirmation tapos exit na ako sa main menu. Okay. Okay guys. Gershon Balasa signing off. Sa episode na lang ulit.